from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Northampton location, and today we're going to be taking a look at this 2021 Ural Gear Up GEO. Now we are very excited and very fortunate to have recently taken this beautiful machine into our inventory here at AlphaCars. Today I'd like to give you a quick condition overview on both the sidecar and the motorcycle itself, as well as showing you some of the interesting features that really set the GEO apart from the rest of the Ural lineup. Now I'll start with a little bit of backstory as far as the model goes. Now the GEO is a very limited production run that Ural did on the Gear Up model, with a bunch of unique features that we'll get to in just a moment. And worldwide they only produced 20 units. Now this bike was ordered by a family of true Ural enthusiasts, and once they received the motorcycle, they displayed it, took good care of it, but it did not get ridden. So this motorcycle is showing a factory 29 miles on the odometer, and we'll see that in just a moment, and is in absolute perfect showroom condition, as you'll see today. Just amazing condition and such a unique spec. As we take a look at the paint finish, of course that's the first thing that's going to catch your eye when looking around this GEO. A couple really interesting notes here. As you can see, the base layer is this beautiful matte black finish, which is all in just amazing condition. And you'll see this really unique camo print. It's a tricolor camo. You have dark gray, you have light gray, and you have, of course, the bright orange paint as well. Now, as you look over all of the beautiful camo designs throughout this motorcycle, there's one thing I'd like you to keep in mind, and that's that all of these individual pieces that make up this camo print were all masked, painted, prepped, all by hand. So I encourage you to look at some details on this motorcycle, find another picture of a GEO online, and all of these designs are individual to the motorcycle. It's not a copy-paste situation where each motorcycle looks the same. Each one is specifically unique, and it really goes to show how much time and man-hours go into making each and every one of these beautiful machines. And according to Ural themselves, that's part of the reason why this is such a rare spec, just because of the amount of time that went into each specific motorcycle. So that I thought was really cool. Now, staying on that theme of that beautiful orange paint, you'll notice it in a few other places here on the GEO, and that is a specific trait to the GEO, like here on the handlebars. You'll also notice it around the headlight surround there, the bar here on the front fender, the crash bar there on the sidecar, as well as the rack just on the top of the sidecar. You'll also see it surrounding all of the lighting here on the sidecar, as well as the rear bumper and the rear luggage rack here just above the spare wheel. You'll also notice some exoskeleton work here around the rear light as well, and both of the handles flanking the seat of the motorcycle are finished in that color as well. A couple more GEO specific features. One more orange piece that I'd like to show you is just below the oil pan here on the motor. You'll see that really cool looking orange skid plate. Of course, you'll see no marks or any imperfections to note there. Looks really nice, and that's a bit of a subtle difference from the original motorcycle. You also notice it here on the optional kick start, but of course we do have the power start here. A couple more bits that come on the GEO. You'll see here the RAM mount phone mount, just mounted in the center of the handlebars, as well as a couple of USB ports hidden just behind this silicone cover. Notice a couple USB ports just there, which are ideal, according to Ural, perfect for charging up whatever navigation device you want to mount, or having your phone charged while it's in that RAM mount. You'll see some really rugged but still pretty sleek looking hand guards here on both sides. Of course, both in wonderful condition. Here at the rear of the motorcycle, you're going to see the low profile fuel canister just here, which has that quick release, as you can see in the center, really well designed, and as you can see, hardly takes up any space here on the side of the motorcycle. You also have this gorgeous exhaust system here. It's the high mount GPR system. Sounds really nice. It reminds me of kind of a dirt bike sound, but really beautiful craftsmanship. You can see the welds, everything. It's a very high quality unit that Ural opted to put on one of their most unique models in recent memory. Now, taking a look at some of the more specific gear up traits. Of course, you have these beautiful off-road tires. See the more aggressive pattern that's available here from Ural on the gear up. You also have this shovel just here, which mounts flush to the sidecar, using those nice rubber mounts, very easy when you need it in a pinch. Taking a look at the powertrain, you'll notice on this specific motorcycle, it is all powder-coated black, as were the rest of the GEO specs as well. You can see here the wheels match that finish, as well as all of the framing on the interior there of the motorcycle. Of course, this is the 749cc opposed twin engine that you would be accustomed to seeing in the gear up platform. Power is sent through a twin plate dry clutch into a 4-speed manual transmission with selectable reverse using this foot pedal just to the left of your right foot. Also, of course, being a basic gear up underneath, you do have the 2-wheel drive system. As you can see, the final drive just there. Power is sent through a shaft from the transmission to the final drive, and then available selectable 2-wheel drive if you find yourself in a situation which warrants that, and that is controlled using this lever just here behind your right foot. Now, the seat specific to this motorcycle is my personal favorite that's available on the Urals. As you can see, it's just a flat bench, but it's very plush, very comfortable, and I find, from my perspective, it's the most comfortable option available, as you can really adjust your position forward or backward on the seat to really fine-tune it for comfort and still have ample room for a rear passenger. As you can see, you do have these rear foot pegs that do deploy for your rear passenger. So really, with this seat, it's optimum comfort for both your driver, rear passenger, and of course, comfortable arrangements for your sidecar passenger, but we'll cover that in just a moment. Now, quick note regarding the suspension on this motorcycle. So some of the, or all of the GEOs were from the factory fitted with an upgraded off-road tuned suspension. Now, due to this family who ordered this motorcycle being so familiar with Urals, they found that they preferred the ride and the traditional feel of the more conventional gear up suspension, which of course, as we know, goes down the road very comfortably, very smoothly. And so they custom ordered this specific GEO with the comfortable, more road-oriented suspension. So that is a note. If you're looking at the GEOs online, you will notice different suspension, and that is the reasoning behind it. However, this ride, the ride on this motorcycle is just phenomenal. As you can see, if we turn the wheel a little bit here, we do have the Brembo brakes up here. Now, as we know, one of the most important things to have on a motorcycle is good stopping power. And of course, with 3 points of contact, all of which housing Brembo brakes, we know the Urals will not struggle whatsoever to come to a halt very quickly and effectively. They did not cheap out on the brake components whatsoever. You also do have a parking brake, which is operated via this lever just here on the handlebars. Another thing to note is, as I turn on the headlight, you will notice this has a nice LED light source there, really nice and bright. And just here on the sidecar, you'll notice the spotlights that you'd be familiar with seeing on the gear up. Can power them on there with a weatherproofed switch just up here on the handlebars. Taking a quick look here at the sidecar, as I mentioned, of course, you do have that nice painted orange rack. You also have a side view mirror for your sidecar passenger. Here on the interior of the sidecar, we have a really nice vinyl seat, very nice condition. As you can see, no imperfections whatsoever. The paint finish on the interior of the sidecar is not marked up whatsoever, and you have a gorgeous rubber floor mat with the nice Ural branding there, which covers and protects the painted surface underneath, which is also in brilliant condition. Now we'll take a quick look in the trunk here. It's maybe a two-handed operation, so excuse me as I open up the latch with my right hand there. You can see it opens up without a problem. Pulled this latch here, which is of course lockable via another set of keys which are on the motorcycle. And looking into the trunk, it comes with a standard Ural toolkit, as you would expect to see. You also have 4 different colors of touch-up. Now, of course, these all relate to the matte black finish underneath, the dark gray, and the light gray camo. Dark gray, which you see the difference just there, dark gray and light gray camo, as well as the orange accents all the way around the motorcycle. So any little paint chips you may accumulate over time can be addressed with included touch-up paint. You also have a nice metal badge. If you so wish, you can apply that to the side of your muffler there. Really presents beautifully, and I think adds a nice look to the muffler. You also do have an owner's manual for any standard 2019 through 21 Ural gear up. as well as this Cordura cover for your sidecar. So I'm going to take a moment and apply that cover to the sidecar so you can see what it looks like when it is fitted. So as you can see, I just applied the sidecar cover there, or installed rather. Now, as I mentioned, the Cordura material, it's a very rugged woven material. I actually have motorcycle pants that are made of this same material. It's very, very resistant to wear, especially from friction. Really, really nice material, very rugged and weatherproof. So that is going to be a perfect way to protect the interior of your sidecar. And this is without a doubt a very rugged piece. You won't have any wear issues with your Cordura cover. As I make my way over to the bike to start it up for you, one thing to note, it does have this adjustable gas steering stabilizer, which is a wonderful feature as you go down the highway, and you can modulate how much resistance you get from the steering with that nice red knob there on the end. Now, real quick, I'm going to fire it up. Of course, key there on the side. See the gauge cluster sweep. No strange lights to report, and with the odometer turning on, you can see 29 original miles. So let's fire it up. Of course, electric start. Fires up without any hesitation. The bike's been sitting for a while and it fires right up. Let you hear the exhaust on idle for a moment. It's got a really unique sound to it when compared to the original Ural exhaust. I'll give it a couple minor revs for you. You get a couple pops and bangs on the D-cell. It adds a little bit of drama to the original sound of the Ural, and I really enjoy it. I think it adds a lot to your riding experience. So if you have any further questions related to this Ural Gear Up GEO, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There you're going to find a high-resolution photo set, as well as all of the relevant contact information. Thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful rest of your day. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you from AlphaCars.